said Chris stole his marbles, and Chris said he did, and they started shoving, and they almost get in a fight, and then along comes Mr. Thor. Mr. Thor gets between them, and they resolve it, try to find out, and then they come to find out Bradley actually put them in his left pocket instead of his right pocket. So there you go. Peacemakers. Now in the Bible, God says, Jesus said that the peacemakers are going to be called sons and daughters of God. So if you're a peacemaker, you live your life trying to keep the peace, be peaceful, do all those things, and you're faithful doing it, God's going to say, you are my son and my daughters. That's a big deal right there. Peacemaking. You know, sometimes in countries, and you know, like some people go to war, like Iraq, and we've been in Afghanistan, and you know, one side don't want to see it this way, and the other side's doing this, and you get people who come and negotiate, and they talk to people and say, "What? Look, what can we do to help?" And then we go to decide, "Look, they're willing to do this. Can you do this?" "Yeah, but I need this done," and they work it out. We work it out. Jesus said people who are like that know Him, are going to be called sons and daughters of God. That means you be able to go to God and say, "Yo, Dad, what's up?" That's a pretty cool promise right there. Peacemaking. Anybody ever had to be a peacemaker at your school? Chris, you ever had to do that? Thor?
I made a few pizzas there. That's cool.
Not pizzas.
Oh.
Focus.
Peacemaker.
Pizza, Brad.
Once I tried to make people stop fighting and they said no, they just kept on fighting.
But you tried though, right? And that's all we can do is try. Some people are good at Kansas.
I was on the playground and there were two of my friends. They were fighting over something, but I didn't know. So I turned around and said, "What are you fighting over?" And they told me what they were fighting over. And I told them, "Why won't y'all take turns or both y'all can hold it at the same time?"
That's true. Good way. William, you ever had to be the peacemaker?
Yes.
What'd you do?
At home, I was the one that sings, so we had to split
All right. So you split it in half. That's a good idea. You could take that. You know, there's a story in the Bible. I don't know if you know who this guy was, but Solomon. He was David's son. He became king after David. Well, one day, two women, now get this, you're not going to believe this, two women who each had a baby. Well, they were both staying in the same house. One of the women rolled over on her baby that night and smothered her. The baby died. Well, that woman didn't want to not have a baby, so she switched the baby who died with the one who didn't. And the woman that had the baby that was alive said, "Wait, that's not my baby," because, you know, mother can tell who their kid is. I mean, I can have a hard time telling twins apart, but the mother always knows who's who. So you know what Solomon did? They could not figure this out, what to do. Nobody knew. So you know what he did? They come before Solomon, and Solomon heard this argument. "No, that's my baby. No, that's my baby." And Solomon said, "Bring the baby out." So they brought the baby out. And they laid him up on the counter or the table where Solomon's at. And he says, "Bring me a sword." The guy brings him a sword. He picks the sword up. He's going to cut the baby in half and give half to each person. And the woman who it was her son, the real mother said, no, let her have it. I'd rather him live than do that. So then Solomon knew whose it really was. But I would say Solomon was a peacemaker in that account. He had a lot of wisdom about it too. But that's what being a peacemaker sometimes involves having some wisdom about things. You can't just go there like Chris and Bradley slugging that. You go there, "Whoa, man, stop doing that. They may slug you." So let's think about peacemaking. God says, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons and daughters of God." It's a great promise. Right now, let's talk about the baptism. Baptizing service. Okay, I got people who are going to be baptized. Let Miss Deanne know that wants to be. If you are not saved, to be baptized, you have to be saved. You have to ask Jesus